Once again, Musk meddles with UK politics. Once again, he demands a democratically elected government to be dissolved. Once again, he demonstrates that if a government doesn't fit his more than dubious ambitions, he wants it removed to replaced with a preferably Nazi government that is presumably more lenient to his wishes and wants. Once again, the uber-rich are using far-right extremists for their own purposes. Today in London, no fewer than 110,000 people didn't see through the emotionally laden, hatred-induced, tolerance-defying rhetoric, where virtues such as tolerance, respect for all fellow citizens are the cornerstones of a peaceful and successful democracy. Once again, we as a society have allowed this to happen, today led by a multi-convicted criminal who cannot even be bothered to use his own real name, coward, as well as several right-wing extremists from across the continent, including that extremist party, the AfD from Germany. See my other video about them. This reminds me of 1933. For those of you who haven't paid attention in history lessons, that's when democracy gave way to destructive Nazism, led by an insane autocrat, Hitler in case you wanted to know, resulting in World War II, killing 6 million Jews and other people who disagreed with the regime, not to mention all the soldiers that fell in that war. Is that what we want? Is that what we aspire to? Is that worth living for? Was all the grievance and loss and tragedy suffered in World War II all in vain if we allow it all to happen again? I see too many parallels, this time fueled by super rich and other spoilt brats who are abusing our votes for their own intentions. Musk cannot be trusted, stemming from a country where apartheid once ruled. Do you think he's cured from that? Do you think he regrets what happened in South Africa? No, look at his skin color. The crimes of colonialism, that's what they are. What's being sold to us as conservative values, as recently as by Charlie, women should stay in the kitchen and have children, probably also the earth is flat, Kirk, is brain-dead claptrap that belongs in the dark ages of civilization. Stand up to this. Charlie was so far up Trump's rectum, only his feet were showing. Did I shed a tear for him? Why would I? The world has moved on. It's round, for those of you who didn't know yet, and yes, women have a right to choose what to do with their lives. The Roman Catholic Church had similar disillusioned ideologies, but they enforced them a long time ago. Are these insane ideas making a return? It would appear so. What is worrying that even the academic institutions are now being targeted of all this right-wing terrorist claptrap. Appalling to hear students make statements like, "It made me think," when they had listened to Charlie Kirk. Clearly not enough, "it made me think," because if you'd appreciated the true art of critical thinking, which you are supposed to have mastered as part of your university studies, otherwise I would give you a tip, leave university now, you should have realized the emotional, hate-laden claptrap being shoved down your neck by a dangerous imbecile. The extreme left have been branded as murderers. Yes, I'll agree to that inasmuch as that the extreme right too are murderers. Both are what I call the key ingredients for dictatorships. Take Putin's Russia, Xi's China, Kim Jong-un's North Korea, and dare I say the US, on the brink of becoming an autocratic state under Trump's dictatorship. If we value the freedom that only a democracy can offer, we need to stop believing all the lies we are being fed by both extreme right and left. There is no space for them. I have a few calls to action. Stop buying Musk products. Hope instead that when next time he launches a Tesla into space, he's strapped to the bonnet, on the outside that is. Call to action number 2. Switch on your brain. Learn to think critically and question things like why we have refugees coming into our country. There's a war going on in Ukraine. Have you forgotten about that? There was a war in Syria. These are highly qualified people that we're getting into our country that can do the jobs that we can't find the skilled people for in our own country. What's wrong with that? If we were attacked by a foreign power, would we not want to seek asylum in another safe country? Expect the answer to be a reflection of how we treat current refugees. Fight the smuggler gangs instead. They're the real culprits, not the refugees. Call to action number 3. We must stop the hatred-filled rhetorics from the likes of the late Charlie Kirk, Tommy Robertson today, and Elon Musk and others of their ilk. They only serve themselves, not us, not the population of a nation. Call to action 4. Dispose of your China made, how very British that is, Union Jack and St. George's Cross flags in an environmentally friendly manner. That's probably almost as many flags today as demonstrators. That's a sizable landfill, or an incinerator emitting all the chemicals used in the making of those cheap flags. Senseless pollution. Plant some trees instead. Finally, if anyone takes offense in my video, I frankly don't care, because hey, I'm using the same rights that Musk uses, that of free speech. If Musk et al. are allowed to say what they think, and so am I. We're all equal after all. Goodbye.